Hello, fellow Murdlers. Today is Friday, June 28th, 2024, and it's a great day to solve a murder. Today we have the murder in the Giant Bell murder, and we have three 5x5 grids with suspects' locations and weapons. Our red murder clue today is the murder took place in the bell tower. So we can go ahead and put our where as the bell tower, and we can figure out who was in the bell tower and what weapon they brought by using our clues and evidence in our detective's notebook. So let's go ahead and meet our suspects today. We have Mixed Tangerine, General Coffee, The Amazing Orlean, Miss Ruby, and Brother Brownstone. The weapons today are a holy relic, a string of prayer beads, a wine bottle, the big red book, and yarn. And finally, our locations are the bell tower, which is of course our murder location today, the graveyard, the nave, the vestibule, and the front steps. All right, let's check out our clues and evidence. The Amazing Orlean was found outdoors. Okay, so let's check out our locations and see what our outdoor locations are. Could be the graveyard or the front steps. Okay, so we know the Amazing Orlean must have been either in the graveyard or here on the front steps. So we can cross out these other three and cross this off. Next, we have an anagram. An empty pedestal was found buried in a grave, shallow grave. Okay, an empty pedestal was found buried in a shallow grave. I think that's going to be the graveyard. Let's check this out. One is more recent. That might be it. I can't imagine grave locations anywhere else. And then I believe the empty pedestal, is the holy relic, can be identified by an empty pedestal left behind. So what this is saying is that the empty pedestal, which is the holy relic, was in the graveyard. So we'll put that there. Next, we have an either or clue. Either the big red book was on the front steps or a wine bottle was in the nave. I don't think we have enough information to solve this one yet, so let's come back to it. All right, this fingerprint was found on the front steps. Let's see whose fingerprint that was. That's going to be General Coffee. Similar-ish to Miss Ruby, but this line here kind of gives it away, very separate from how this is presented here. So General Coffee was on the front steps. Okay, so that gives us a few things also about the Amazing Orlean, because that means that the Amazing Orlean must have been in the graveyard with the holy relic. So that's their information all filled out. Almost filled that out, or crossed that off, but we don't have that yet. Miss Ruby was not next to church flyers. Let's see. Flyers for church events. Okay, so we're looking at the vestibule. And Miss Ruby was not there, so we can say Miss Ruby, not at the vestibule. A paper detector gave a positive reading in the vestibule. Okay, so let's look at our weapons and look for paper. I think it's going to be the big red book. Yeah. Okay, so the big red book was in the vestibule. So we can say Miss Ruby did not have the big red book. And I believe we can also come back to this. So that means that the wine bottle must have been in the nave. This is the nave. So we put the wine bottle there. Press it out. The suspect with the string of prayer beads also had brown hair. Okay, let's see who we have hair-wise. We've got blonde, no hair, blonde hair, red hair, brown hair for Brother Brownstone, and we're back to blonde. So it must be Brother Brownstone had the string of prayer beads. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here. We know that the big red book is the weapon for the vestibule, so we can say Brother Brownstone was not there. Similarly, we know that the wine bottle was the weapon for the nave, so we can eliminate that location as well, given that he has prayer beads. This means that Brother Brownstone must have been our murderer today, with the prayer beads in the bell tower. So let's go ahead and mark that in. Brother Brownstone, string of prayer beads in the bell tower. I'll flip these over, but before we see if we're right, I'm just going to take another moment and make sure we have all the information here as well in our grid. Okay, so we've got the ball of yarn in the front steps. And let's see, do we know who's on the front steps yet? Yes. General Coffee. So that gives Miss Ruby the bottle of wine in the nave, and Mixed Tangerine, the big red book, in the vestibule. Okay, so there's everything all filled out. And again, we have Brother Brownstone with a string of prayer beads in the bell tower. Let's go ahead and see if we were right. All right, we were right. Thanks so much for playing along with me today. I hope this was a helpful walkthrough, and we'll see you tomorrow.